Hello everyone, this is Hydrofall here, and today I am back making another video. And this is actually going to be a video on how to get more FPS in TF2. I think a week ago I made a video on how to get more FPS in Rainbow Six Siege, and this is going to be the TF2 version, so let's get started. So for the first step, what you want to do is go into your game library in Steam and find TF2 on the left side and just right click on it, and you should see properties. And then underneath the general tab, you should see set launch options right here. And open that up. You might have nothing, you probably will have nothing in here, and you just want to go into the description, or you can just copy this down directly, but I'll have it in the description, the code. And you don't want to take the exact code because I'm going to show you in a second what you want to change, but first I'll explain what it does. So novid right here, this gets rid of the Valve intro at the beginning, which will just make everything load a little bit faster. dxlevel will kind of lower the graphics, so it won't look as good. It'll look a little bit older of a game, but it'll just make it, like, it changes the DirectX level, so it'll make you run a lot faster, just dxlevel 81. And this thing right here, thread 6, you don't want to add exactly 6, so you want to do first is go right click on your taskbar right here, and go to Task Manager. Once you're in Task Manager, you want to go to the Performance tab up here. In Performance, you should already be on CPU, and you want to go down right here, you see my mouse cursor, to Cores, and right next to cores, you should see a number. I have 6, you might have 4 or 2 or 8 or something like that. I have 6, so I'm going to put 6, but whatever number you see right there, you want to put next to threads. And that'll use the maximum number of cores or threads in your CPU, and that'll make everything just run a lot faster overall. So for this next tip, what you want to do is actually go into the description again, and you should see a file. There'll just be a link to this file that you have to download. I have it right here on my desktop. It's pretty easy to download, and you'll just see, the link. So you want, after you download it, what you're going to want to do is open up your file explorer right here, and I'll show you where yours will probably be, and I have mine saved somewhere else, but you want to go into your TF2 folder pretty much. So the default folder where it is, which 99% of people will have it here, is right here. So you want to see down here, this PC, click on this PC, and then C, Program Files 86, I'll scroll down to Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and then in here you will have Team Fortress 2. I have mine saved somewhere else. It's in my other drive, just because it's a bigger drive. But that's where most people will have it. So once you're in there, you'll see, Common and then Team Fortress 2. Open that up, and the rest will be the same for everyone else. You want to click on TF and then CFG. And once you're in CFG, you just want to drag this file right here that you download from the description into here. And it'll just copy right in. And that will just get you some extra performance. It's a config file, so it'll optimize your settings and just make you get the maximum performance possible. So this next tip is actually to update your drivers. So a lot of people have already done this, and it's pretty basic, it's pretty easy to do. But for all of you who haven't, I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So if you have an AMD graphics card, then I'm not sure exactly how you do it. You just have to look up the AMD software. But if you have an NVIDIA graphics card like mine, it's pretty basic. What you want to do is download GeForce Experience. I'm assuming you already have it, but if you don't, then you can download this, GeForce Experience, just Google it. And once you're in the software, you'll see that you're on the Home tab. I'm going to go to Drivers right here. And once you're in the Drivers tab, it should say, Update right here. I already have my drivers updated. But if you don't have your drivers updated, you should definitely update them so you get the latest version and get the maximum FPS possible. So for this final tip, before we actually go into TF2 and optimize those settings, what you want to do is overclock your graphics card and your CPU, but I'm just going to focus on the graphics card for right now. So if you haven't overclocked your components before and you don't feel comfortable with it or whatever, you don't really have to do it, but it will increase your FPS for those of you that are computer savvy. So what I have for overclocking my graphics card is MSI Afterburner right here. And you'll see right here, you just punch in a bunch of numbers and you can optimize, your settings and all that. And this will just get the maximum performance out of your graphics card. And I'm not going to try to explain how to do it in this video. I will put links to other overclocking guides in the description if you really want to, overclock your system and get the maximum performance. But I highly recommend you do this if you are comfortable. It can void your warranty if you do it wrong, but if you just follow those guides, then it should be really easy. So for this next tip, you're actually going to want to be inside of Team Fortress 2. And what you're going to want to do first is, I'm not sure if the developer console is enabled by default, so if you don't have it enabled, you can go to Options, and then Keyboard right here, and scroll all the way down, and you'll see Toggle Developer Console. I think it's the tilde on the keyboard by default, which is right next to the 1. So you just want to press that, And now we're actually in the developer console. And what you want to write is this exactly, just mat_fong_0. Here, let me type it out for you because that was copy pasted. mat_fong, and then just 0. There's no underscore between the 0, sorry. But it's on 1 by default, and basically when you just enter this, then it will just, oh, it might take a second to load up, but it'll just optimize all your settings, and it'll remove some shininess, you know, make some things look a little bit different. But overall, it'll just increase your FPS by a lot. I think mine just went up by like 20 or 30 or something. So it does increase by quite a bit, and that can actually be a great tip if you just need that extra bit of FPS. And for this final tip, what it's actually going to be is just to optimize your in-game video settings. So you want to go to advanced. If you really need to, then you could set all these to lowest. I don't have them on the lowest. Well, I don't have all of them on the lowest, but you can if you need to. And also go to resolution right here, and you can lower this to as low as you want. I have another video, a really old video on my channel, where I say to lower your, or show how to lower your resolution even below this using the launch options in Steam. So you can look for that video too. And that's just if you really need it. You shouldn't really need to go below this typically, but if you need to, then that's a great tip too. And yeah, that's just the last tip. So anyway, that's gonna be it for the video. Those were all the tips that I had to increase your FPS in TF2. I hope it helped by a whole lot. This could even like double or triple your FPS if you use some of the tips, and yeah, I hope it just helped you out a lot. And before I go, I just want to mention that I still do have those Amazon links in the description if you want to buy anything that I have. I have my microphone, my mouse, and I believe my monitor down there. So if you're looking to buy any of those things, you could just use those links down there, and it helps me out a lot. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, favorite, and share the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!